Dang it. Oh, no. Come on in. Because now it's time to learn, to cook, to taste. Hello and welcome to Taste, the cooking podcast where every episode dives deep into a different food. I'm your host, Cody Reiss, and the goal of this podcast is to help you try to get better at cooking by exploring the intuitive sides of cooking, the principles and the philosophies that allow someone that's really confident and capable at cooking to step into the kitchen and just cook. Now, usually I'm interviewing experts, but every other week I also read a short story that I wrote about food and or travel on my Substack, which is also called To Taste. The story this week is called A Nightmare at Berkeley Bowl. I hope you enjoy. A nightmare at Berkeley Bowl, hungover and haggard in the land of excessive produce. I'm a couple weeks into a stint of private chefing, first for a couple families up in the Trinity Alps, now in the East Bay area for a celebrity couple, and I'm tired. My eyes are heavy, there's a cat on my lap. I just got to a house in West Bray where my brother and his family are staying for the month. I'm excited to go to sleep, but first I wanted to share a bit about what I've been up to, what I've been cooking, and where I've been eating. I had one of the most difficult experiences of my adult life yesterday, trying to buy $600 worth of groceries at Berkeley Bowl while incredibly hungover. I spent Saturday, the day before yesterday, in San Francisco with a few close friends. We started off at Arsicle Bakery near City Hall for perhaps the best almond croissant I've had outside of France, and a deliriously rich blackberry croissant. Next, we walked to North Beach, through the jumbo geode and transformer storefronts of Chinatown, and grabbed a number at Molinari Delicatessen. We waited 1 full hour for our turn, and once it was time to order, we let the man behind the counter guide our choices, ending up with a spicy meatball, smushed meatballs doused in sauce, and a couple types of cheese, and apparently some pepperoni, and the grilled focaccia, a crisped, circular bread stuffed with fresh mozz, sun-dried tomatoes, and usually prosciutto, that we got it with imported mortadella and a cured meat made of veal. Both sandwiches were awesome. Now temporarily too full to eat, we rolled down to Specs, an old-school bar one of my friend's dads used to frequent. Laid-back vibe, friendly bartender, funny stuff on the walls, a nice place to hang out. We got a martini, and one of my friends produced a spritz bottle from his pocket and gave us each 2 pumps in our drinks. By the time the next martini came, we were all feeling a little foobly-goobly. Soon, it was again time to eat. We walked up to Mario's Bohemian Cigar Store Cafe, a cafe bar open since the early 70s, where we had a couple pitchers of Peroni and split another meatball sandwich and a Caesar salad. Honestly, not so bad. Some guy stepped away from his table to smoke a cigarette, and while he was gone, someone came up to his table and just plugged his beer. He was upset, but we all found it to be pretty funny. After one of us broke a pint glass, whoops, and another struggled to block the Caesar salad bites I flung towards his beer, he ended up fishing them out with a fork and eating them. It was time to leave. Now sufficiently sauced ourselves, we took a long, rambling walk to the Mission, where we eventually stumbled into a favorite place of ours, Martuni's, an incredible, raucous piano bar. We were feeling a little green around the gills, so we started out slow with a round of Cosmos. Maybe my first? Eventually my brother joined and we switched to martinis, served extra jumbo here, with extra olives. Our server arrived with 6 olive skewers saying, "Your salads with a side of gin dressing." We laughed and sang, and apparently I spilled a couple martinis, so sue me. And by the end of the night, one of my friends started to bite like a zombie, which is usually a good time to start heading home. Today's episode of To Taste is brought to you by my Substack, which is also called To Taste. Please, dear God, if you like this podcast, or if for some crazy reason you like me, or you like what I write about, it would mean the world to me. Absolutely tremendously. If you would, honestly, if you even have to pause this podcast right now and leave whatever app you're in and figure out how to get on Substack and find me, and you never come back to this podcast, that would be a victory in my eyes. The website is Cody Reiss, CodyReiss.substack.com. And I publish 3 things every month on there, 2 personal food and or travel essays. And for paying subscribers, a custom Google map of a different part of the world with all my favorite places on it. Anyways, again, it would mean the world to me. And if not, totally no worries. Now let's get back to our story. Next thing I knew, I was waking at around 10 a.m. on my friend's couch with a righteous headache and a very dry throat. I got an iced vanilla latte down the block, then headed weekly towards Berkeley Bowl grocery store. I was there to shop for my private chefing gig, where Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I drop off 2 lunches and 2 dinners for 2 people. It doesn't sound like much, but it somehow requires an insane amount of groceries. I stood out in the sun in the parking lot, sweating and leaning into my driver's side front seat, trying to come up with a menu and a shopping list on my laptop. It was a struggle, but eventually, Monday, 10:14, menu. Lunch 1, Niçoise salad with new potatoes, ? Tuna confit, and a chechi, (corn?), soup, (with herby oil garnish. Dinner 1, slow-baked salmon with snow peas, bok choy, double-fried eggplant, and crispy rice in a sesame slaw. Lunch 2, lemony chicken thighs, all caps veg, with herby farro and a Greek salad. Dinner 2, mom's brisket, carrots, potatoes, onions, all caps veg, wedge salad, ? Now that I had my menu, I staggered inside Berkeley Bowl and proceeded to have what felt like one incredibly long panic attack. I think it took me 2.5 horrible fucking hours to shop. I'm in the dairy aisle. Okay, what dairy is in here? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Jesus, fucking kill me. Okay, buttermilk. Oh, or maybe I should just buy pre-made ranch and zhuzh it up. I'll get both. What else? Dear sweet God, what else? The same swirling, dreadfully fearful experience in every aisle. Dear God, where's the cornstarch? My God, the dried mint. You get the picture. The worst part was the massive produce section. Berkeley Bowl is oft beloved for its impressive variety of produce, but in this moment, it was a curse. I'd arrived at some tomatoes. Well, fuck, these look like shit. What am I supposed to put in my wedge? I'd sigh and grab them. Then I'd stumble on a different tomato section. I'd sigh, grab the better ones, put the old ones back. Then a few moments later, I'd find the organic section and see even better tomatoes. On and on and on with basically every single piece of produce I touched. I said some ungodly things under my breath, lots of uncouth words, and found myself feeling deep hatred in the nectarine aisle. After one of the worst half hours in recent memory, I left the produce section with an incredibly full shopping cart that I careened apologetically into a poor lady's checkout line. I probably said sorry about 10 times. When she'd rung everything up, I realized I'd overspent by about $150. Sweating again, I frenetically looked over what I'd bought, what I had done, and tried to figure out on the fly what I didn't need. I returned about $50 worth of stuff then and there, and then basically unpacked all 5 full shopping bags in my hothouse of a car, searching the same ones over and over again, trying to find more things to return. I went back inside, and a manager very kindly let me return another $100 worth of stuff. Some chicken spice rub, some chicken, some sliced ham. Finally, it was over. Back at the place I'm staying, I schlepped all 5 heavy bags of groceries down the 50-stair staircase down to the house, unloaded, and got to cooking. I ended up cooking till 11 p.m. that night, and again today until about noon, the highlight of which being my mom's famous brisket. Step 1, salt and sear a fatty piece of brisket. I did 3.5 pounds in oil in a heavy pan. Add half a bottle of ketchup, 2 packets of onion soup mix, enough water to come halfway up the meat, and a white onion sliced thin, and cook in a 300-degree oven, uncovered, until pretty tender. Step 2, peel and cut into large chunks 5 to 6 russet potatoes and add them to the pot. Add some water if the sauce is reduced too much. 30 minutes later, peel and cut 2 bunches of carrots and add them to the pot. Step 3. Once the meat and potatoes and carrots are done, remove from the oven, skim sauce of its fat, and serve. Eat today, tomorrow, and the next day, cold, hot, on a sandwich. Or serve it to your private chefing clients and hope for the best. Well, with that, you're up to date with what I've been doing, what I've been cooking, and where I've been eating. And now, it's time to sleep. I love you. Talk soon. Yours, Cody. You've been listening to Taste. I'm your host, Cody Reiss. And again, if you have an interest, please go check out my Substack, codyreiss.substack.com. It's also called To Taste, and it's filled with stories I write about food and travel and custom maps for different parts of the world. The art for To Taste is made by Ben Farts. Our music is by Justin Kohlberg of Moonrun, and the rest is done by me somehow. I'm currently under a blanket in my living room recording this, so all good. Anyways, thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week with an interview. Take it easy.